General Hospital spoilers next 3 weeks. Britt finally has the courage to expose the secret Nathan is hiding. In the next 3 weeks on General Hospital, the streets of Port Charles are about to shake once again. Not from mob violence, but from a deeply personal and long-buried secret that will send shockwaves through the Westbourne family. For months, fans have sensed that something was off with Nathan, and Britt's quiet turmoil has only made that suspicion grow. Now, it's time for the truth to come out, and Britt Westbourne is about to do something she never imagined: expose her own brother. This is not just another family drama. It's a story of betrayal, redemption, and the pain of realizing that the person you trusted most might have built their life on a devastating lie. Over the next 3 weeks, viewers will see Britt's courage ignite in ways that could change Port Charles forever. Let's break down what's coming, week by week, and how Britt's shocking decision to tell the truth will unravel everything Nathan has fought to protect. At the start of this emotional 3-week journey, Britt begins to notice subtle changes in Nathan's behavior. He's distant, agitated, and spending more time outside the house, claiming to be helping friends or working on side projects. But Britt's instincts, sharpened by years of surviving deceit from the likes of Faison and Britt, tell her that something isn't right. When she stumbles upon a hidden folder in Nathan's desk, one marked simply Case 47, curiosity overtakes her. What she finds inside isn't just surprising, it's horrifying. Inside the file are photos, DNA records, and a letter written by someone she never expected to see again: Caesar Faison. At first, Britt can't breathe. Faison's words are cryptic, but one thing stands out clearly. He speaks of my other son and the switch that ensured my true heir would never be lost. Britt's blood runs cold. She realizes that the man she has loved and protected as her brother may not be who he claims to be. Britt rushes to confront Nathan, but when she brings up the file, he freezes. For a long moment, he says nothing, and then he gives a small, trembling smile. "You weren't supposed to find that," he whispers. That single line sets off a chain reaction that will dominate the next 3 weeks. Nathan's admission shakes Britt to the core. When he finally opens up, the truth spills out like poison. Slow, painful, and impossible to stop. Years ago, when Nathan was still in the WSB, he uncovered evidence that Faison had fathered another child, one who was never supposed to be found. That child was raised under a false identity, hidden in Europe, and reportedly died in a mysterious fire. But as Nathan explains through tears, the fire never killed the child. Someone saved him. And that someone was Nathan himself. According to Nathan, he found the boy, barely alive, during a mission gone wrong. Out of guilt for their shared father, Nathan helped the child disappear under a new name: Lucas Anders. What no one else knew was that Lucas Anders grew up and became someone the Port Charles Police Department once arrested under a different name entirely: Kellen Russ, a supposed arms dealer with ties to Victor Cassadine's network. That's right, Britt's good brother Nathan has been hiding the fact that he once helped Faison's secret son assume a fake identity and avoid prosecution. Even worse, Nathan has been paying off contacts and falsifying files for years to keep that secret from coming out. Britt is stunned. The revelation leaves her torn between loyalty to her brother and her own moral compass. She wants to protect him, but the guilt of keeping another deadly Westbourne of Faison's secret eats at her. She remembers all the pain their family caused: Brett's manipulations, Faison's cruelty, the lies about Jason, Peter, and everyone in between. Britt promised herself she'd never live like that again. But Nathan begs her: "If you tell anyone, Britt, it will destroy everything. My marriage, my career, my life." And yet, Britt can't ignore the consequences of his choices. Someone out there knows the truth, and they've started leaving clues around Port Charles. As the week progresses, Britt becomes aware that she's being watched. A mysterious man in a leather jacket keeps appearing near GH, following her from Kelly's to the docks. She tells herself she's imagining it, until she finds a single envelope on her car windshield one night. Inside is a photo of Nathan and Lucas Anders, together. On the back, a message reads: "You're not the only one who knows." The signature? A single letter. Fans will immediately suspect Victor Cassadine, but the story takes a twist, because V might not be Victor at all. It could stand for Valentin, or even Vanessa, the code name of a long-dormant WSB operative with ties to both Nathan and Britt. Britt realizes that whoever this is, they know everything. And they're using that knowledge to control Nathan. Suddenly, the stakes are higher than ever, because Britt isn't just protecting her brother's career, she might be protecting his life. By week 3, Britt is unraveling. Every corner of her life feels haunted by lies: her father's manipulations, her mother's crimes, and now, Nathan's betrayal. She begins confiding in Brad, who warns her that secrets like this never stay buried. You either control the narrative, or the narrative controls you, he says. That advice sticks. Meanwhile, the pressure on Nathan intensifies. The PCPD begins reopening an old case tied to Kellen Ross, and evidence starts to point toward internal cover-ups. Dante starts asking questions, and Anna begins to suspect that someone inside the department has been altering files. Nathan grows paranoid. He lashes out at Britt, accusing her of betraying him, of poking around in things that should have stayed dead. But Britt refuses to back down this time. Her defining moment comes when she overhears a conversation between Nathan and the mysterious V, a voice on the phone, cold and threatening. If your sister breathes a word, she'll meet the same fate as the boy you saved, the voice says. That's the final straw. Britt records the call and brings it to Anna. She knows that by doing this, she's signing her brother's professional death warrant. Maybe even worse. But for once in her life, she chooses truth over blood. When she walks into the PCPD and hands over the recording, the entire precinct seems to stop breathing. Anna looks stunned. Dante is speechless. And Nathan, when he arrives moments later, sees his sister standing in front of the desk, eyes full of tears, holding the phone that holds his undoing. Why, Britt, he chokes out. Because it's time someone in this family stopped protecting monsters, she says softly. The fallout from Britt's confession spreads across Port Charles like wildfire. Anna launches a full internal investigation, determined to uncover how deep the cover-up goes. She warns Britt that the truth could put her in danger, but Britt insists she's ready to face it. I've run from who I am long enough, she tells her. Maxie, meanwhile, is shattered. She confronts Britt, demanding to know how long she knew. The confrontation turns raw and emotional, as Britt admits she's been struggling for weeks, torn between loyalty and conscience. I didn't want to hurt him, Britt cries. But he's been lying to all of us. Maxie storms out, devastated, not only because of Nathan's lies, but because she realizes her entire relationship might have been built on deception. Back at the hospital, Brad becomes Britt's unexpected rock. In a rare, heartfelt scene, he tells her that she's finally done something her father never could: break the cycle. You think you destroyed your family, he says gently, but you might have just saved it. Just when viewers think the story has reached its emotional climax, the final twist hits. Lucas Andis is alive. In the week's closing episode, a scene shows a man in a dark cell, bruised, bearded, and silent, as a guard slides a tray of food under the door. The guard mutters, "You've got visitors, Russ." The man lifts his head, revealing a familiar scar, the same one from the file Britt found. His voice is raspy but defiant. "Tell them I'm ready to talk." That single line promises that everything Britt thought she knew about Nathan's secret is only the beginning. Lucas Andis isn't just alive, he's ready to expose his truth. And it might just destroy what's left of the Westbourne name. For Britt, this storyline marks a turning point, both personally and narratively. She's spent years caught between darkness and redemption, trying to prove she's not her parents' daughter in spirit. This time, she doesn't need anyone's validation. She simply does what's right, even if it costs her everything. Her courage becomes a beacon in a town that's often defined by secrecy and lies. Fans who've followed Britt's evolution from the bridge to a complex, morally conflicted woman will see this as one of her finest hours. But that doesn't mean she's safe. Whoever V is, whether it's a Cassadine, a WSB traitor, or someone from Britt's past, they are still out there. And the fact that Lucas Andis survived means someone wanted him alive, for a reason. As Britt prepares to face the fallout, she receives one final anonymous message on her phone. "The truth is only the beginning, Britt. You think you exposed Nathan, but he was protecting you all along." Here's how the next 3 weeks will unfold across Port Charles. Nathan is suspended from the PCPD pending investigation. Maxie struggles to reconcile the man she loves with the secrets he's kept. Britt faces public scrutiny but earns quiet respect from Anna and Dante. V strikes back by leaking confidential hospital files to the press, threatening Britt's career. Meanwhile, Lucas Andis' file mysteriously disappears from WSB custody. Anna and Dante uncover a trail leading to a secret WSB facility in Berlin, where someone has been funding Lucas Andis' survival. Britt begins receiving cryptic calls from a European number. Each call plays a child's lullaby, the same one Brecht used to sing to her. Brad urges Britt to leave town, but she refuses. She believes someone is framing her and Nathan both. A confrontation between Britt and Maxie ends with Maxie realizing Britt may have sacrificed everything for the truth. Nathan's secret partner is revealed, Valentin Cassadine. Valentin admits he knew about Lucas Andis for years, and that Nathan was working undercover to bring down a WSB faction loyal to Victor. Britt's exposure of the secret ruins that operation, and now, Valentin warns her that she's painted a target on her back. The final episode ends with Britt's car exploding outside GH, only for her to narrowly escape, shaken but alive. As sirens wail, Dante vows, "We're not stopping until we find who did this." In a shadowy room overseas, Lucas Andis smiles at the news report of Britt's accident, and whispers, Phase 2 begins. This upcoming arc has everything General Hospital fans crave: betrayal, emotional family drama, spy intrigue, and a fierce redemption story. It pushes Britt into the spotlight as both heroine and survivor, while giving Nathan a morally grey storyline that tests the limits of loyalty. The dynamic between Britt and Nathan will redefine sibling loyalty on the show. For the first time, Britt isn't the one keeping a secret, she's the one forcing others to face theirs. And that shift could open the door for major future arcs involving Anna, Valentin, and the Cassadines. Moreover, the introduction of Lucas Andis adds a powerful wildcard. Is he a victim? A villain? Or something in between? His connection to both Faison and Nathan could reawaken decades-old feuds between the WSB, the Cassadines, and the Westbournes. And perhaps most importantly, this storyline lays the groundwork for Britt's next chapter. After years of being seen as a supporting player, she's finally reclaiming her story. Her courage to speak the truth, no matter the cost, might just make her one of Port Charles' most complex and beloved characters. When Britt Westbourne finally finds the courage to expose Nathan's secret, she isn't just revealing a crime, she's breaking a curse. For years, she's been haunted by her family's legacy of lies. Now, she's rewriting that history with her own hands. Nathan may have acted out of protection, but the truth remains. Secrets have consequences, and Port Charles is about to feel every ripple of this one. As Britt stands in the ruins of everything she's lost, her brother's trust, her own peace, and maybe even her safety, one thing remains unshaken: her resolve. No more lies, she tells herself in the final scene, looking out over the harbor. Not from anyone. And with that, General Hospital enters a new era of truth, danger, and shocking redemption.